Like, I don't have too much fun back there. Huh?
All kinds of fun.
Still not looking cool. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. What am I doing? Got the wrong side of the board in here. Now you go do it. Gonna help Kim Jong-un blow up the world. Dang, chat just blew up. What's up, peoples? Let's see. Try again. Skip. Where is it failing? Is the question. Transferring files right now. Is it fucking up with the picture folder? Why are you fucking up with the picture folder? Can I drag individual files in? Okay. Whatever. As long as it transfers. Alright, so streaming off. What do you mean streaming off? I hope it's not off. Remember that Chinese video about touch problem related to NAND? I commented on your comment. Oh, okay. Yeah, Anthony, it was not successful. Sorry. I figure I'd leave the NAND off in case you all want it for parts. That was a, Anthony, that one looked like it was a refurbished phone too. I don't know what the fuck was going on with it. It did not work. You had a NAND lifted on a 6 Plus and it had partial touch. That's interesting. Yeah, I talked to Micah today. The iPads evidently have been sitting next to his desk and didn't get shipped. They're going to get shipped out tomorrow though. Sorry about that. The reball didn't touch is fully working. Oh, that's pretty cool. What's up, Mark? Micah is bad about keeping iPads. He's an iPad hoarder. They're evidently Micah's. Alright, so anyway, let's get into this one. I'm sure people were watching this video later on YouTube and they're like, when is he gonna fucking do something? But anyway, so I had a iPhone 6s come in for searching no service, which is not very common. I haven't seen many 6s's. Yeah, I got your parts box, Anthony. I'll look through them. If I can get some of them working, I'll send them back to you. Reprogrammed and then rebuilt? Okay. So anyway, so this 6S is searching no service. Evidently you're having issues with signal. When it came in, it did say no service. Or it said searching. It just stayed on searching. So I've not seen many 6S's with this issue unless it's liquid damage. So the first thing I thought is, well, this is going to have liquid damage in it. So I opened it up, but I didn't see anything. So it wasn't liquid damage like I thought it was going to be. So I plugged it in because it was dead anyway. And I noticed that it was pulling like 400 milliamps. And I was like, well, that's not right. So I unplugged the battery and I tested TriStar. Well, the phone would see the charger plugged in. But instead of doing the normal like 100 or 10 milliamps, 20 milliamps, 80 milliamps, 100 milliamps, like it normally does when it kind of ramps up the voltage when it first turns on, this one was going immediately from like 80 milliamps to 250 milliamps, which is really weird. So I went ahead on it and I replaced TriStar here. This shield got a little out of hand. We cut it way back. But no big deal. Still works. Doesn't matter, had sex. And then I replaced TriStar and it was still doing it, so I thought, well, maybe Tigris is the problem, so I replaced Tigris. Tigris was still having a weird issue. So I noticed, I measured the TriStar PIN line, and I noticed there was something weird about it. And I was like, well, that's kind of odd. That, like, the voltage on the line was, it was there, it was what it was supposed to be, but it was kind of fluctuating weirdly. So I thought maybe TriStar is getting messed with somehow. So I knew that my TriStar placement was good. We had a brand new chip on it. So I was like, well, what else could be messed up with it? So I started looking around the board, and I was looking all down through here, just looking for anything that was maybe discolored. I looked up here to see if anything was weird. I checked all the NAND caps. I checked all around here. I was just looking to see if maybe there was something like some hidden corrosion, a little piece of corrosion somewhere. Front side looked good. I didn't pull the shields because no water damage. I cleaned up around the FPCs, maybe thinking that something was causing a voltage pull, something weird. And then I came over here, and I've already worked on this, but there's a chip right here at the top, and I've already taken it off, but this screw standoff is right here. Well, it looked like somebody had taken something to turn the screw out, and when they did, they nicked this chip right here. So that chip is U5411. It's a antenna, like, bias or antenna switching IC that talks directly to baseband. So I was like, okay, well, maybe that's got to be our searching issues. I haven't confirmed it yet, but I'm pretty sure it is. So we have an antenna problem where the antenna information coming in goes through this IC, and then I'll show you all in schematics. Let me see here. Switch you over to the schematic view. So on the schematic, we've got all these antennas coming in, going through these filters. There's all these different antenna feeds that go into this chip here, and this chip talks directly on the baseband clock line and the baseband data line, which talks directly to baseband and gives it information as to what the cell service is doing. So I was like, well, that kind of solves my issue with searching no service possibly, but why is it still charging weird? So I was looking at this chip, and looky here at the top of it, we have a line coming in that is, on this side it's PAC2 VDD 3V0 filter, but on the other side it's PP3V0 TriStar. So that line goes directly to TriStar. It's a voltage that I don't know that TriStar, I think TriStar makes it, but I'm not sure. It may be an input voltage from PMIC, but that would directly impact how TriStar reacts to the charger. So I removed that chip, and now when we plug it in, show my charging port here. So before we were going directly to like 250 milliamp draw, and now when we plug this in, we'll turn this over here to my amp meter since my DC power supply still doesn't want to cooperate. So what this should do when I plug this in, if TriStar is working properly, it should slowly climb up to about 120 milliamps instead of going directly to 250 milliamps. So let's see if I can plug it in. So there we go, it's plugged in, and it's slowly climbing up, and there you go. So then it'll reset and go back down to 0, and now it's resetting itself again. So that's how it should normally act. Whenever TriStar is functioning properly, you should get a slow, steady climb in the amperage draw. Before, we were just getting an instant jump.
Alright, it might be the cable.
Think so? Why?
I hooked up that one cable, shut it off, turn it back on about 5 or 6 times, you know, before as soon as I put it back on this one twice, I try to start it up before the both times.
Okay, switch out. I mean, it's not going to be covering a warranty, but it's been out of our warranty period. I'm sure she won't be happy though, because Best Buy told her that it should have a year warranty on it. Let's see, where does TriStar come from? So it comes, is that an input or output voltage? Comes out of the PMIC. Where does it go? I'm pretty sure it goes to TriStar. It goes to Compass. It goes to Mesa. Yeah, it goes directly to TriStar. So it's an input power voltage to TriStar. So evidently anything on this line is going to be affected. So with that chip being messed up, we had a problem. So now we're going to harvest that chip and the cap that I knocked off from another board, and we're going to see if we get signal and if we get service. So let's switch you back over to the main view. What's up, Freddy? Alright, so is there new moderator features? I haven't checked. I'm on a different chat server, so I don't get all the mod features that are available. Hopefully I didn't just chip it. I scratched it, but we didn't chip it. This thing's in here tight with the rest of this stuff, so. Alright, so this should be fairly loose now. There we go. And we can reball this guy. Knock the cap off this one too. I've got this cap here that's missing. I've got it set off to the side, but alright, so let's get our parts board out of the way. Let's put our real one in. Do you have to change an SMC today? Why is that not fun? SMCs aren't hard to do. Oh, Timmy, making everything seem a big deal. Actually, we knock off a couple components there. Definitely want to put those back on if I'm missing something important. Caps, not so much worried about. Filters, am worried about. Yeah. So we got a resistor or a filter there that may be knocked off, so I'm going to scavenge those. Let's go ahead and reball here first. Looks like we just nicked the top coating there. Didn't really do any damage to the IC though. See ya, Tim. What's up, Spectre? Bye, 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 bye. I don't know if the stencils have this chip on it. It might have to hand reball it. Might actually be faster than trying to find it anyway. We got some 20 mil balls here, so we'll hand reball this one. I highly doubt that they have a stencil cut out for this one. We're going to probably do a few reviews today on some more parts, especially the holders that we have. You suck at changing them? Well, I can help you out, Tim. I'm decent at changing them. Alright, so I'm going to turn my airspeed down since I don't want to blow this chip away. I'm going to try to spread these solder balls out too so that they don't melt each other, because I need a few of them. And this tiny chip makes this interesting because the chip wants to move as much as everything else does. You put some more flux down. Well, fuck you. Stuck to that other one. I'm gonna have to take that one off. It's way too big now. Okay, we'll save that one off to the side. We'll need that one. Place back on to get rid of this giant ball here. Did I drop it? Did I drop what? Are you talking to somebody else? Have one just like this. Change the chip. Also change compass chip since it started overheating. Hopefully we don't have to change compass. Let's see, did it get everything now? What's in this folder? Okay, so we got everything transferred now. Woohoo! Okay, so I can delete that folder. Alright, so let's try to place this one last little piece here. There we go. So now our chip is reballed. Delete this shit off my computer real quick.
You're gonna lick the shit off your computer.
You're gonna lick some dicks, bud. Alright. Do you think Tigris is possibly bad that sends power to TriStar, correct? What do you mean, Q-Tech? Talking about on this phone? Let's see if I can remember the orientation here. Actually, we don't need to. The balling will tell us. I don't know, man, on the one you're working on. Does it still have no power? Okay, so it's upside down. Goes like this. This won't take much heat at all. This section of the board is so thin that there's not a large amount of thermal mass here, so this thing's gonna sit down on there pretty quickly. Shouldn't take much heat to get it into place. I'm gonna stay kind of out away from it a little bit, well, just for that reason. Alright, it's soldered, so I need to replace those components around the top there. Yeah, I noticed there was some junk in there. It's right here. This piece of shit. We got rid of that dope. Alright, so we need to pull a few components off this board here. Hopefully be able to do this without much issue here, since there's not much as far as thermals go here. Well, it's loose, but I can't get it off the board. Come on. Thank you. Let's zoom in here some. Hold on one second, there's some questions in chat. I'll read them here in a second.
I'll read them.
Okay. iPad Mini 2 Wi-Fi for iCloud. Remove NAND, change serial number, put back and restore. Restore successful when reboot goes into DFU mode after logo. So it restored, but now it's going back into DFU mode. You might want to check the NAND and see if maybe it's got a bad solder joint or something. Not getting proper voltage to TriStar? Which voltage are you talking about, Q-Tech? Do I have any iPad Pros with very slow charging issues? No. Not that I can see. I've never had one, at least. I think we've only done 2 iPad Pros ever. Yeah, they're both just broken LCD panels. Nothing else. Alright, let me pull this cap, or these 2 caps off now. Okay, store that one over there. And grab, oop. Where'd you go, buddy? Is that you? Or you a piece of dirt? You're a piece of dirt. I'm sure we lost that little cap. I don't know that we necessarily need that little cap, but I'd like to put it back on because it may be a filtering cap. We'll grab another board and pull that cap off of it. That little one's sly. He squirms away from you. Air 9002? I don't think I've ever seen Air 9002. Have you tried putting a new NAND on it? Removing the old NAND and putting a brand new one on it? Or one that's known good?
Did you break it? Yeah. Chris is always breaking everything.
I did break my screen again.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh man.
It was fucking up like bad before I broke it.
That's what they all say.
Yeah.
I got video proof.
Yep. Probably because it had been dropped about 9 million times.
Probably. Were you able to get the other phone charged?
Which one? The 4?
Yeah.
I tried.
It's still sitting back there too.
Is that it right here?
No, it's on the back shelf.
It charged that one time, didn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I'll look at it here in a second again.
Okay.
What'd you need off of it?
What?
Did you need stuff off of it, or you just wanting to have it working?
Both.
Okay.
What's a new screen for my saving cost?
Depends on which one you want to get. We got an OEM or an aftermarket. OEM 140, aftermarket 120.
What about this new iPhone X? Is it worth a damn?
Yeah, it's the one you want.
If you want to get it, you better make sure you get insurance on it.
Why, are they junk?
No,
it's
just
gonna
the
be
screen.
decent, it's just gonna be expensive.
The screen's pretty much the same as the Samsung screen.
$500, $800 for a new screen if you bust
Good God.
The iPhone 8 will be fairly cheap. It'll take a little bit, but they'll be pretty cheap.
What's the difference in the 8 and the X?
The X has a AMOLED screen, which is the same thing Samsung uses on their phones. It's actually a Samsung screen on the phone.
That's the only difference in them?
Yeah, I mean, it's got the facial recognition bullshit.
But it's $1,000 phone, isn't
Oh, yeah.
it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because $1,000, bro. Apple, bro. Why are you breaking stuff all the time? What are you doing? Jumping off walls with them?
I'm a fuck up, I guess.
Doing backflips?
This is running a lot better than the cable. I don't understand how a cable can go bad.
I don't either. I ain't got no acetone though.
Chris!
I ain't got no acetone like that.
I'll fill up here in a little bit.
It needs it now.
Chris, you don't need it now.
No, I literally do.
God damn it.
Unless you want to give me some alcohol. You got alcohol?
I got alcohol. There's a whole bunch
Give me alcohol.
over there.
Where's my dog at?
She's sleeping. She's taking a nappy nap. Nippity nap.
Don't talk back.
Nappy time, Kenneth.
What would be causing that phone not to want to charge? Is the battery bad in it?
Could be port issue. I'll have to look at it. Alright. Alright, so those are all soldered down. Just making sure I want it to be. Alright, there we go. Over here being a perfectionist, and that's going to get me in trouble. Let's see, make sure the TriStar is still acting the same, and then see if we can turn this thing on. I'm surprised that the NANDs can take as much heat as they can and still work.
Fireproof.
There's something proof.
Chris.
Alright, so let's check and see if TriStar is still functioning properly. You want to take care of him so I can keep working on stuff. I know. Grab that, his iPhone 4 back there.
Can I come in there and sit down?
Huh?
Can I come in there and sit down?
I don't care. Mike is going to be working on your phone.
What?
Mike is going to be working on your phone. Michelle.
I'll be out of place sitting out there by myself.
Why? Everybody else does it. You too good for the lobby, bro?
I'm phone family.
Phone family?
I get phones fixed once a month.
No, it's been a few months.
Yeah, it's been at least 2,
Look at
3 months.
Yeah, buddy. Looking good.
What'd you do this time? No case?
I was working. Actually, I had a case on it. I think it's the only thing that saved it. I was working on my Bronco.
Mm-hmm.
We were getting ready to go. I was getting ready. We were taking the mudding for the weekend, and I had it sitting on my tire, and I forgot about it. I got back in my truck. Look, both tires ran over it, but it didn't mess up the phone. The only thing it did was crush, crack the screen. So thank goodness I had a cover on it, because it liable. Those 40-inch tires might have not
Been so gentle with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very glad it's still working. The i7s are fucking fragile.
What?
What year Bronco?
This one's a 75.
Oh, okay. It's not a half cab, is it?
No.
Okay.
Mike's like, I'll give you $1.
I'll give you $1 for
Got you $1.
I got another one, but it's a 68. I got $1.
I got
Is it on a fishing
$1.
pole?
Yep. You gotta be quicker than that.
Doesn't display nothing.
Which one? The iPhone?
Yeah.
You gotta let Chris put his blowing power on it.
Mm-hmm.
He blowed it
Let me
out.
blow it.
He did something.
Let me
Where
blow on it.
He blowed
Looks
up
like
inside of it.
Look down in there. Looks like there's corrosion down there.
Yeah, there was.
I think that was last time was a problem.
Yeah, it was.
He did some crazy shit to it.
I cleaned it up last time and it worked. I don't know if it'll work now, but
What causes the corrosion?
Water.
water.
It's been inside its whole life.
It's been inside water its whole life.
Any type of moisture on those connections will cause it to corrode.
Since it's white enough, maybe I have to take a toothbrush and scrub it off with some alcohol.
Scroob it.
I'll scrub it like I scrubbed your mama.
Woo! I wonder why she's been smelling better.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it clean.
Scrub her down. I took some real classic pictures.
Dirty bitch.
That's Chris who wants to buy them. He keeps telling me no, he doesn't want to buy no pictures. So, I don't want to see my mom naked.
Ha ha. Funny, funny. Let's see. Does this thing get signal now? Can we get the cell signals? She's a bear.
I know one of y'all want to buy a BMW 7 Series.
No,
right?
I'm good.
Damn.
Is it the older ones?
It's
Early 2000s?
yeah, it's 2001, so it's right before
Mhm.
that body style went rounded.
Yep. Aren't those things problem childs?
All BMWs are like.
I was gonna say all BMWs kind of are, but this one's not bad. I mean, it doesn't have any issues now. It's only got 130 or 140,000 miles
See
on
if
it.
this thing will charge now. Will it pull an amp? Yes, it does. Sweet. See if it'll turn on.
Watch this magic trick where that phone's going to start charging.
It might. If it's just a little corroded, it will.
Why not either?
Might not either.
Damn it.
Either way.
Let me try my cable, not your cable.
How do I get such shit luck? Might have a bad cable, huh?
Maybe. You might have bad cable. Let me try my cable.
If your cable's good, I'll just take yours.
Yeah. He'll take care of it. Just give him your cable. He'll keep that one.
Look at that.
Is
Would
it charging?
Not charging.
Damn.
Would you look at this? Just look at this. Would you just look at that?
it?
Would you look at
Take
it?
a look. It still has some correction. I just didn't think it was
What model is it?
for how you tell between
13 what?
1387.
It's a 4S. We should have one in the back. I just took one. Actually, it might be still here.
What do you got to put a new charging port in it?
Here. This has a good charging port on it.
Oh, damn it, Chris.
This thing looks like it's jailbroken.
Ooh, let me buy it.
Still says no service though.
Oh, I need a SIM card.
Oh, there we go. It's now has service. Booyah.
Is that a 7?
No, it's iPhone 6.
I'll still take it. Maybe I can transfer all my stuff that doesn't work over to that one, then all of a sudden it'll work, right?
No. You got pipe dreams, buddy.
I'm sure they'll take your 7 after it's been fixed.
Alright, so fix that one.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd give this 7 up if I get that 6 back on. I have every iPhone I've ever owned, and that one for some dumbass reason has some serious info that I need off of it.
The thing's in a bag in the back. No, the 6 in the back that he
6.
broke in half. Thing's in a bag in parts.
That one's not quite as important. I did need some stuff off of it. I guess it's no good, huh?
Evidently, when you snap the board in half right next to the CPU, it doesn't work for some reason.
What?
Yeah, it's weird.
I've never heard of you breaking something and not work afterwards. That's baloney.
Bullshit. It's a big old conspiracy.
I don't want to have to do this.
You can do it tomorrow if you want.
No, I'm gonna go.
What are you doing?
Paying for the charger.
It's not that hard.
The reason
You don't even have to take the board
reason I
out.
said that too is because I have to pay you tomorrow anyway. If you're gonna charge me, so you might as
Oh
well.
God, you're gonna.
You might as well if you don't feel like.
No, I'm gonna do it.
How you gonna get your phone fixed today then?
That's what I said. You wouldn't have to worry about it today. Just do it tomorrow.
What, the iPhone 7? What about your 7?
Yeah, I'll get that fixed another time.
Okay. Well then,
Chris, he's saying you're too damn expensive.
Hell no, he ain't.
Micah does need to get that Chromebook done. He didn't look over here.
What'd you say?
I was giving him stank eye. He didn't look over here.
What?
Chromebook.
It's open.
That didn't do me any good.
This was about a week. Look, this was about a week after you fixed it. Look.
Oh my god. I bet you that's the home button.
It
Yep, it is the home button.
Was
Remember?
it? I remember
I had
you-
to fix it.
Was
It
it?
didn't screen at all as a home button. Yeah, that's why it's asking Siri.
What does that mean? It's just got to be
The-
redone
it-
or something.
I don't know if I can redo it. I'm surprised it even works to start with, to be honest.
Didn't Touch ID work too?
Yeah, I got everything working on it.
It all worked.
The button was ripped in half.
It kind of, after that, it kind of straightened up a little bit, but
Yeah, like I said, I'm surprised it even worked to start with.
why was it messed up?
Why? Remember you tried to get the screen in place and they ripped the home button off.
That's right. Yeah, I learned my lesson with fucking with the super cheap guy.
Like, the only option if the button fucks up again, you have to take the app out. There's nothing I can do about it.
What they do, just rebuild the whole phone.
They'll put a new screen on it and everything.
Isn't that what you do?
Yeah, but they can actually reprogram the home button. I can't.
Oh, I got you.
They have a special machine that they
What's
can
that, in
use.
Nashville?
You have to make an appointment and shit too.
I'm pretty sure that if this phone fucks up, that
Do you have insurance through AT&T or anything? Who's your
Nope.
service?
AT&T.
Mm.
I'll
You
probably-
should see if they ever have like an open enrollment day or something, and just go in there and be like, "Yeah, I want to put insurance on this thing." As long as it's working and not fucked up, they'll put it on insurance. Then you can just file a claim on it.
With a claim, what do they do? Just refund all your money?
No, they swap out the phone. They'll give you a brand new refurbished phone, like in perfect working order.
And I can sell that one
Mhm.
and buy
Another one.
X.
Yep.
And then I can come in here.
And then definitely get insurance
then
on
I
that.
can come in here and I can have you bulletproof it.
Oh yeah,
before I even
bulletproof
put my
it.
case on.
The only way I think I could bulletproof it is just encase it in aluminum.
Just
Just a block.
weld a case around it.
Just have a block just sitting around
It'll
it.
take a tank beating. Watch me run over with a tank.
Yeah.
You won't crush it. Built by Josh.
It's got one.
I mean, Chris.
It's got one hole where the air speaker is, so you can hear calls when they come in.
That's funny.
You can talk to Siri and make calls. That's it. He didn't know what he's doing. Yeah,
You hate that right now, don't you?
No, I know.
Why are you no clothes? What are you doing? Oh, I see.
Why you do that?
Why you do that? Why can't I have no door?
I got in the door.
You don't fall out when you drive?
Why doesn't the car have that?
Because it's a Jeep.
Wasn't he? Oh yeah, it was.
Chad over here is asking questions.
What are they asking, Chris?
No need to worry about a home button on the X. That's true. You just have to worry if your front camera goes out. Then you can't replace it. Because Apple will tie that to your phone too.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh
Security
my God.
issues. Security
If
issues.
they do that, then
When people will get your face, they'll cut your face off.
Did you decide to take 10,000 for an RX-7?
10,000? Yeah. After the 30,000, he gives you 10,000 off the 30,000 price tag.
yeah.
Damn. I can get a hold of a half-cab Bronco for you if you want to trade. Look at you. I didn't hear nothing at that time. He was thinking, he's like, you like that idea there, don't you? It won't have a VIN. It won't have a VIN on it. You have to buy, you have to buy your own VIN.
Yeah, you could have a VIN.
But I'll tell you what, I'll buy a VIN for you too. You just gotta put it on yourself.
You probably want to get it repainted too when you get it. It might be hot.
That'd be the first thing I'd do for damn sure. I'd keep it garage kept until you sanded it down. You want to do that anyway, because you know you want to make it your own color. Like it's your Bronco, you know?
Just because it says Ted on the side of it doesn't mean it's
Doesn't mean
Ted's.
Ted's owns it anymore.
Exactly. Ted possession. It's 9/10 of the law. Alright. This one's donezo. Put a price tag on this one's. What should we charge for this one?
What'd you have to do to it?
Track down a problem and replace some parts.
At least $150.
I wish I could charge that much. People wouldn't pay. I'd do about 80
Yeah, they
bucks.
would.
$80 holla.
Especially when you start unfixing the phone. They're like, look.
Oh yeah, dude, we get so many people like that. They're like, "Can you fix my phone?" Then we fix it. Like, how much is it? $100. Oh, I won't pay that.
It's too late for it. I don't put the work into it. Either you pay or I keep. That's what you need to hang right here off your thing. Don't pay, don't play. Get
Yeah.
the fuck out.
Yeah. We end up just
Just go ahead and knock this
we
one out
end
while
up
you're
keeping.
just,
Yeah, you want me to hold on to this one?
He's just going to fix that one too while we're at it.
Yeah.
While I'm waiting on my other shit. You know, I've got
No,
about
we've
19 phones at the house.
unfixed a few items before.
Really? I'd be fucking pissed.
I just don't understand people.
Even if you unfix something, I'd still be charging some sort of labor. Right?
I just
$50
don't
something.
deal with it. I just tell them, don't worry about it.
What do
See you
people do?
later.
They just send phones to you in boxes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That one was data recovery. I still can't get it to charge. It charged up one time, now it won't.
Data recovery. Can you do that
$80
for my
came.
6?
No.
Oh, Josh, come on.
You don't even get a battery replacement for $80 here? Yeah. Unfortunately, we can't charge a whole lot of money. The issue I run into is everybody, if they do have insurance, if it costs anything to get the phone repaired, they won't pay it. It's like, I'll just get it replaced whenever.
If I had insurance and my 6 did what it did, and I was like, I'm going to have to recover my shit.
They won't do it.
They won't do it.
They tell you, hi, good luck on that one, buddy.
I'm determined to
They be
I'm
like,
determined to send you back to school so you can figure it out.
send back to school. You're going to send me to China.
That's fine.
Alright, get that big money out then.
I'm calling GM right now. I'm getting a Corvette loan out.
The loans for the vets.
I know you got some China friends over there. They're like, oh yeah, you just touch these 2 buttons and
Oh yeah.
it comes alive.
Just touch these 2 buttons. We can buy the machine that'll read the data if we take everything off.
What's that?
It's only about $10,000.
Oh, let me make a phone call. Hell, that's worth having that off there because I'll make triple that just off the info I got on there. You any more of these colas in here?
Yeah, they're in the
They still
fridge.
make Big K?
Yeah, dog.
Where?
Kroger.
Shut up.
There should be one in the fridge door.
Where's the fridge door?
Straight back.
The fringe door?
Fridge. Frigidator. Data recovery. Dr. K. It's behind you. It's probably warm in the seat.
I like it when they're warm and they're in the seat.
Yep. Keep them nice and
Pull my
toasty.
old one out. I want to see what it looks like.
Looks like a charging port.
Oh, good. You don't throw it away.
I thought I did that.
Looks like a charging port.
Looks like a charging port.
Looking like a man.
Yeah, like a. Damn, look at the lip on these. They don't put them on the new ones, but you can roll a bowl in there.
Yep. That's what you do. You drink the soda, then you make it into a bong.
You ready to sell me that car yet?
My
You never-
Datsun?
Yeah, you're never gonna work on it.
No, I'm not gonna sell it.
Because you're never going to work on
Whatever you say, Mr. RX-7.
it. I'm going to go my RX-7.
Is Josh's over at Harris's right now?
What?
His Datsun.
Yeah, it's Andy's. Josh sold it.
He sold it?
Yeah.
Who's Andy?
Sold to Andy Vidito. I don't know if you met Andy or not.
I think I have, hadn't I? He's from
I'm sure
Baltimore.
you have. He's originally from E-Town, but he was here. He worked at Mark Muffler for a while.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He sold it to Andy and
Because Andy had a 240, didn't he?
Yep.
For a while?
Yep.
Or maybe he still does.
he sold it. Now he's got that Z. He had a Corvette for a little while.
Yeah, that silver one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know exactly what you're talking about.
And then I think he sold that one too.
I still see it sitting up there at Mark Muffler.
Yeah, he sold it to Ben. That's right. Sold it to Ben Davis.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Ben
I haven't either. Last I saw Ben, he was working on his car.
Benny Honda.
Benny Honda.
Last time I seen him, he still had a coupe.
Good thing.
I don't know that he has that anymore.
No, he doesn't.
I think he sold it for some ungodly amount of money to somebody in Ohio or something. This is the old iPhone 6 Plus baseband that last time I put the shields back on, the phone didn't have service. Took the shields back off and it had service. I'm going to put the shields on one more time and see what happens.
Nursing home.
You going to nurse home, bro?
So we pick up the
Yeah,
picking,
that's
up,
my nurse.
picking up your ladies? What's his name?
I'll show you my real girlfriend.
Oh, that's right. Last time you were here, you were talking about how you screwed that up.
This girl.
You did the grass is greener on the other side kind of thing.
Yeah, this girl here is the love of my life.
Is the greener grass? Oh, God,
Watch.
I already know what's going to happen.
I fucking love it.
You're terrible.
Look at that monkey clap, boy! I tell you what, I'd put my hand in and out every time they went pow, pow, pow.
You're fucking dumb as shit.
Good. Everybody needs a monkey like that in life.
Hopefully YouTube doesn't give us fucking... They give us some warnings. Inappropriate content.
Who's you are.
We're educational with a little bit of swearing and cussery. You're gonna take this phone home as soon as we put that charging port in. Well, you gotta pick it up tomorrow, evidently, but you're gonna take it home immediately, and you're gonna get the data off, right?
I'm gonna charge it first.
Well, we're gonna charge it for you.
Okay.
We'll make sure it's charged up, but as soon as you get home, because last time you said you were gonna take it home and take the data off of it, then you brought it back because you let it sit there. The Australians have awoken. Paul Daniels is here.
Paul Daniels is on my page, creeping on me.
Is he?
Yeah.
Paul Daniels creeping on you, Micah?
Paul Daniels is creeping.
Just a creeping in.
Paul Daniels, you creeping on Micah's page, bro?
One of my pages, and like one of my.
He like your
one of my
pictures? Oh my god.
posts. Creeping on me.
Paul Daniels is not yet a human. He's an Australian. It's different.
What's the difference there? One has to fight the drop bears.
The drop bears?
Drop bears.
Those damn drop bears. He said he doesn't creep, he dingo stalks. Alright, so we're going to put these shields back on and be disappointed when this has no service. Because I know it's not going to. This phone was, I thought, baseband. Reball baseband RAM jumper. No signal. Replaced every antenna, IC, and transceiver. And then it finally got signal. AKA junk.
What is this bullshit people keep sending me on Facebook? Everwing played. What is this bullshit they keep sending me?
Oh.
You
Some
getting that?
video game? No.
These motherfuckers I don't even know.
Just block it. They're your best friends. They want you to play video games. Come play video games.
My best friend.
Mm-hmm. Like, hey, buddy, you want to come play Winged Creatures with me? Winged Creatures 6.
Winged Creature 6.
Return of the Winged Creature. Is this thing on yet? Oh, yeah. Battery is charged. 3%. Turn off. What's up, Paul? The other Paul's here too. We're double Paul.
Double Paul.
Double Paul.
Chris was getting double Paul.
Micah's mom got double Paul last night. Oh, we still have signal after we put the shields back on. Good.
Oh, I'm tired of replacing screens.
Well, stop dropping them, man. Or stop running them over with Jeeps, actually.
I need one of them phones that are like,
You need one of those
like
really
a rubber
cheap.
phone or something.
They make rugged ones. You ever seen them? They're ugly as fuck.
No, I ain't never seen one.
Yeah, they're waterproof, drop proof, everything. They
iPhone-
pretty
is
much
that
built.
iPhone?
No, it's
What
a
service is it?
buttons.
Oh hell! Hell no! I don't want one of them grandpa phones.
Yeah, it's a grandpa phone.
I got one actually. That's
It's
still
pretty
working.
much phone made in its own case is all it is. Like it's got its own built-in like waterproof case. They're definitely rugged because my girlfriend's dad has one and he is rough as shit on phones and it still works.
Really?
Like he beats it the fuck up. Like parts of it are falling off.
It still
It
works.
still works.
Does it take pictures?
Yeah.
Does it have internet?
Yep.
Facebook?
I don't know if it has Facebook.
Messenger?
I'm gonna do messages.
You gotta have all that. You gotta have all the messages and Facebook.
Yummy.
We got all Pauls in here, actually.
Three?
Yep, we have all Pauls. We've reached our maximum limitation of Pauls.
We've reached our maximum limitations of phones not charging.
My God, it's probably dead. Let me see it.
You need the 40 pin?
Yeah.
Just throw it. Maybe it'll crack the screen.
That won't help you. That won't help you. Simpsons
Where'd that crack
did
on the back
it.
of the phone come from? Oh my God! I lit my
Oh
phone
my
and I
God.
messed it up.
We got struck by the one where it just breaks on the nightstand, man. That's what happens.
Just use this one. That's a 4, ain't it? Or is that a 5?
Probably a 5.
I think it's a 5.
It ain't doing shit now.
I think the battery's bad.
No, it should still try to charge it. Oh, this charge port very well could be shit too. Who knows? This is a used port, so I was hoping it worked. Oh, this one's got shit down in it too. Yeah, this port probably is fucked also. It's got corrosion. I'll just have to order one, man. I'll see if one of the local guys has a port, and I'll get it here.
Shit coming out of there. Good God.
Yeah, it's got some dust down it. Yeah, I'll just get a new port and see if we can get it. If not, I know it turns on, so we can just put a battery on it. And I can just make a backup if you want to do that.
Sounds good, brother man.
Alrighty, sir.
I'll have to bring back $1,000 with me so I can pay for my shit.
Alright,
Yeah.
well, bringing in all insequential bills, no die packs.
I was going to bring in a couple bums, and, pack of cigarettes, you know.
Just hook it up with your power supply and see what works. Alright, man.
When do you want me to come back?
I'll talk to the guy today. I'll see if I can get it before noon and then get it in there and see if it'll charge.
So maybe come back like Friday or something.
I mean, it's up to you. You can come out tomorrow afternoon if you want.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll see you tomorrow.
Alright, man.
Appreciate it.
Later.
Alright, I think this was just a cable.
Is it still replicating when you swap it?
Yeah, if I
Okay.
swap it over to the other one, then it goes to
Okay, that's fine. Just replace it.
I've already put the new one in.
Paul, thank you very much for the donation, man. I appreciate it. You don't have to donate at all. You've donated plenty.
How much is the cable so I can tell her?
We charged her $50 last time. I mean, it'd be the same cost. I mean, I'm sure she's gonna get pissed off.
She's
But
gonna go for this, yeah. I can't.
be like, well, ma'am, I'm sorry, but our warranty's only 90 days. But it has been a year since we replaced it, so. Alright, so this one was searching no service. As you can see now, this camera never focuses, but come on, focus. There we go. It's got 2 bars 3G service now.
Your next blackmail payment.
What? P donated. Paul, do you have multiple accounts now? Are you now P? Let's see, I couldn't read it. It'll say in the chat. My next blackmail payment? I'm not blackmailing anybody. But this one is probably the most nightmarish phone, and I honestly don't have a whole lot of faith in this one lasting. When it came in, it had modem firmware, it had everything there, like everything was correct. The IMEI showed up whenever you dialed star pound 06 pound or whatever it is. Not you? Well, whoever P is. Thank you. So I replaced I didn't replace baseband, but I reballed baseband, and also ran the jumper that we normally run. Baseband lifted up fine. There was no loose pads. Everything looked good. Everything tested fine. So I wasn't really confident in baseband fixing it, and when we turned it back on, it was still searching no service. So I replaced both of the transceiver ICs on the back, which do happen to cause searching no service quite often. Replaced those. Still the issue remained. After that, I replaced the switching IC, which is it's a small IC at the very bottom near the charging port that looks like it has it's actually a chip on top of a chip. So I did that, still searching no service. So what I ended up doing, and there's actually a pile, this pile of chips right here, is every chip I replaced on that board. So all of these are, so this is an antenna IC, 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 this is the switching IC right here, this is another antenna IC, this is a transceiver IC, and this is a transceiver IC. I replaced all of those, and one of the last antenna ones that I replaced, I ended up getting signal again. Although when I did put the covers back on, we did lose signal again. I removed the covers and retested it, and it worked again. So I'm not overly confident in this one, but as of right now, it is working. I'm going to go ahead and put the screws in, restart this phone, and see what it does after it's rebooted. I really don't have a whole lot of confidence in this one. I'm going to tell them that it is working, but what the situation is with the phone, we'll see what they want to do as far as the phone goes, as far as paying for it or not. Yeah, it very well could be a rabbit hole situation. I don't know if it's necessarily a rabbit hole. I'm not sure what's causing the issue. I assume that since I replaced the antenna, like the receiving antenna chips, that obviously it's got to be something to do with that. But the fact that I put the shields back on and screwed it back into the housing and it stopped getting signal is kind of worrisome to me, because I'm not sure why that would happen. It would obviously have to be a connection issue, I would think. But I know my soldering was good. I even went back and reflowed them just to make sure. But I don't know. We'll see here in a second when I screw it all down, and if it messes up again, then I'll just tell them it'll work sometimes. But I wouldn't call it a fixed phone. Alright, so we got all our screws back in, except our bottom ones here. Gets her cage out, need rabbits. I hope that YouTube chat eventually goes the way of like how Twitch has done. I know they have now channel sponsors for YouTube, so you can, instead of like doing donations, you can do a monthly subscription kind of thing. I don't know if it's like active or how it works, honestly. I assume it's much like the Twitch setup with subscriptions, but I don't know what benefits it gives you. I would like to do something if we go to like doing bigger giveaways, because we've got some items I'm going to give away, which I don't mind giving away to anybody that's been a subscriber since the beginning. But like new subs and stuff, like if they do a subscriber based, I'd like to do 2 different types of giveaways, like more expensive items for people that support the channel in the sponsor style, and then giveaways for people that are subbed to the channel that regularly visit and leave comments That way it kind of pays off for those people that do support the channel financially, more so than it would for just the usual person that might drop in and just leave a comment on a video. Let's see, what did I do with the cable?
Give me one MacBook short screw.
Oh, we still have service and all the screws are back in. One MacBook short screw?
Yeah,
Bottom?
one fell. I can't find it.
Talking about the bottom plate cover? Oh god, what the fuck is that? Charger. Thank you. Yeah, Patreon's a good source too. I watch quite a few Twitch streamers and I sub to quite a few of them because, I mean, I feel like if I want to watch them and they're entertaining and it's something that they do for a living, I have no problem with trying to support them. The subscription stuff's fairly cheap. They have different tiers, but the basic one's like $5 a month or something like that. But I mean, if you think, I assume they probably maybe see about 50% of that subscription cost based on what Twitch probably takes out of it. But even if like they have 1,000 people donating $2 a month, I mean that's pretty good. And Twitch subscription rates are pretty low for a lot of people. Like to have 2,000 subs is pretty big deal. On Twitch you have followers, which is kind of the subscribers of YouTube, and then you have actual subs, which is like the sponsors of YouTube. I'll tell you one thing, the donations that have been given by you guys have been awesome. We've been able to get some cool stuff. Although the last investment with the new Prog data reader has so far not played out very well. But the camera has been great. Great addition. The cameras that we have, the streaming PC that we have, it's been really cool. Alright, so far it's all back together. We still have 3 bars of 3G. This SIM card is not the correct one for this carrier, but it will pull signal regardless if it's active or not. So I use it to test these phones. So that's a good sign. The phone charges. It's on. It's working. I'll probably put it through some stress tests here and make sure that it's going to continue to work. But I'm pretty happy with where it's at right now, based on the fact that the other day it was just giving me headaches. Do you have a bottom screw, Micah?
Bottom screw for
iPhone?
yeah, I'll have to find one there first.
Okay, I need one. I don't know where the other one went. Probably got knocked off on the floor.
Hey, is this Abby?
Alright, I'm gonna let this charge.
Hey, this is Micah from BNC. I was telling you about your MacBook that you dropped off. Okay. After messing with it for a while, I determined it wasn't the hard drive. The hard drive seems to be, yeah, the hard drive seems to still be good in it. It was actually the cable flex that goes to the hard drive. After I kind of tested it out and put one in there, I shut it off, turned back on about maybe a dozen more times, and it boots up every time. Whenever I went back to your old cable, the first 2 times I tried to boot it up, like it just goes straight to the missing hard drive icon folder. The cable's it's $50 to install. That's labor and everything. Okay? Yeah, I mean, I've already got it in there. I mean, if you didn't want to get it done, then I was just going to pull it out. There's just a flex cable that goes in there, but it was common for them to fail on these models. Yeah. Yep. Why was it now?
Alright.
It's already back together, ready to go.
So we got 2 water damaged phones.
Okay.
That are from
No
eBay.
problem. Bye.
Try smashing it with a hammer. So these 2 phones are both from eBay, both water damaged. Hopefully they don't have iCloud accounts on them. So let's see what these phones do. I'm gonna unplug this one. Plug in my cables. Let's see if we have a
Next pay,
instant
make it last,
withdraw.
bro.
Jesus Christ, Paul.
What Paul do?
He's fucking donated a shit ton of money.
Damn.
God damn, dude. Thank you.
Damn.
I don't know what to I don't know what to say.
Just say thank you. God
Honestly, right now, I don't even think I can even, like, the AdSense account keeps kicking it out.
Touch it.
Yeah, it won't let me touch anything right now. Alright, so
Call this lady up and then.
Paul is a forever subscriber to this channel. Paul, I'm gonna have to send you some flowers with a nice love note on it.
So the 7 Plus, pretty much just data recovery is what we're going for, right?
Yeah, I tell her that there's just so much wrong with the phone that I don't know if it'll be worth trying to fix it. Well, Paul, if there's anything I can do for you, just let me know. I don't know how I can. I don't mean anything, but I don't know how I can repay what you've given or what Paul has given the other Paul, or pretty much anybody. I mean, I try to give back as much as I can, I guess. Hopefully people have made money off of the information I've given.
About your iPhone 7 Plus that was dropped off here, the water damage one. If you could,
So
back at 502-420-8850. Thanks.
this 6S is showing a dead short as soon as I plug in the cable. So we've got a fair good amount of chance that there's going to be a VCC main short versus a battery VCC main. Bat VCC usually doesn't get shorts. It's usually VCC main that gets the short. Hopefully PMIC hasn't been damaged by whatever liquid has been in here. It's very rare. I've only seen one 6S with a PMIC problem. The one I saw, it wasn't successful. It kind of sucked because I went through all the trouble and got the PMIC off without completely destroying the phone. And then when I went to put it back on, I guess I got it too hot and caused an issue with SD RAM. And I'm not on the skill level yet to replace SD RAM. Yeah. Well, Paul, it definitely will probably, if it's not used here on stream, we've got a baby on the way, so I'm sure to go directly into something that's involved with that. We've been decorating the baby's room and putting all the stuff in there and painting the walls and stuff, so. Next, I'll probably see about getting the carpet and stuff replaced upstairs, because that room's been rented out many times, so it's very dirty now. Is RAM unique to every phone? No, the RAM is not tied to anything. You can replace the RAM chips. Only the CPU itself is tied to the rest of the phone. The RAM itself, you can swap them in and out between all of them. It's actually kind of funny if you look at the RAM. The orientation of the RAM can be different for almost every phone because, well, not different, but flipped 180 out because the RAM chip being non-directional as far as the different banks. Okay, so we've got corrosion here. This is VCC main. I don't like that the corrosion is gathered in this corner because the backlight IC, actually no, it's a 6 Plus, so this might be okay. Audio IC will be in this corner though. We got some corrosion around PMIC. Some more down here. Nothing here looks crazy. Now we may have a short under chestnut here. Chestnut's very prone to burning up the pads under it.
Oh.
I'm here, so I'll call you a little bit more. Alright, love you. Bye. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I'm glad it wasn't the hard drive.
Yeah, make sure you have a backup though, just in case they ever do fail. If you have anything on there you need.
Is it common for it to fail a lot, or?
Hard drives are hit or miss.
Yeah. I did a check on it. And it came back saying everything was okay. So. $50. There you go.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And there's your receipt.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Y'all have a good night.
You too. Well, I hope that this gives back some. I've had a lot of people contact me and just asking questions, and I've definitely met a lot of people through doing this kind of stuff. It's really cool just to see all the people that honestly watch. I mean, it's crazy how many people actually watch the stuff I do. I've also noticed, like, with other YouTubers and stuff that do similar work, like, it's kind of cool how big the community's kind of gotten. Especially, like, Jason STS Telecom. His channel's grown quite a bit. He's been on for, what, I think a couple of years now, and his channel's grown quite a bit, and I've thought about changing, like, formatting and going to, like, pre-recorded stuff too, but I don't know if that's necessarily what I would enjoy doing.
Chris would enjoy doing it.
I know lately the streams have been a little far and few between. We've been pretty busy, but I do enjoy doing streaming. I enjoy being able to answer questions and try to help if I can. That cap, the end of it's gone. It's kind of harder, I guess, to do streaming sometimes when we have customers in and out, but
Make sure
We don't have short.
Kids are great when you can give them back. Kind of true, yeah. No, we've already got name and everything picked out, so should be a fun experience. Hope I'm a good dad. I think I will be. I don't think I'll be a terrible dad. I always wonder, like, what will I be doing in however many years? Like, will my kid follow and do what I'm doing? Or, like, my dad sold cars for a living, so originally he was well, they had a car lot for a long time, and then he started working in the carpentry sector. They built houses and stuff, but I always wonder, like, if I never really wanted to. I got into cars and stuff, but I never wanted to be like in the car sales business like my dad was. But I wonder if, like, my kid will want to do what I do, or what they'll be interested in. This cap, the end of it's gone, so I'm going to try to get it out of here without completely destroying everybody around it. I got it to move, so that's a good start. Once you can get it to move, it means it's broken free from the pad. There we go. Clip out this underfill a little bit. Alright, so let's use our iron to kind of clean this out. Hey, doing Edge? Long time? Doing well, doing well. You're sterile, you never wanted kids anyway? Well, I mean, I don't think kids are everybody. Ashley and I, we're gonna probably try in like 2 or 3 more years, but surprise, surprise, but I don't think I want more than one child, though. You love the long format, no pun intended. I actually wish you would have kept the pun.
Alright, yeah, keyboard screwed. Let me get a keyboard.
Alrighty. Go ahead and, if it's on Amazon, overnight it.
Chris, I'll overnight it from your mom.
Shoot, I gotta get that.
I think this cap, yeah, the end of that cap's gone, and this one looks kind of junky. Repairing iPhone 35 with a 92-inch dual widescreen built-in VR headset? Probably.
What?
The future looks bright.
The future doesn't look bright. It's dark. It's scary.
Get out of here, Cap. There we go. Just give those a gentle nudge off the board. Don't leave too late. Thank you, Dave.
Congratulations on the baby.
Appreciate it.
Congratulations. We represent the lollipop.
Paul, what were you working on? I wish I could. I wish I could do things that I made that kind of money on. Cell phones, while it's a that's a weird thing about this industry. Like, this is, I wouldn't say it's like crazy technical, but it's pretty technical work. But because of the industry and the fact that insurance and stuff exists, it's really hard to make a lot of money in it unless you're doing just straight data recovery stuff. And maybe Jessa chose the best option on that by being majority data recovery service. But it's weird. It's just like this weird little like area. Like it's technical work, but you can't charge as much for it. in a lot of situations. Like, I've tried to charge higher prices on some of this stuff, and you run into this wall where data is not important and insurance cost is cheaper, so like I can't do much about it, and it kind of sucks because I feel like this work is, I enjoy it, don't get me wrong. I if I got paid $5 to do it, I'd be happy as long as it paid the bills. But
you can only find them pre-owned, not on Amazon, and cheapest I can find one is $16.99.
how much?
$16.99.
Same color.
That's white.
But where's it coming from?
This one's coming from.
It'll be till
Nevada.
Monday. Shit. Message the seller and ask them if they can offer a faster shipping option. We'll pay for.
There's others available. They're a little pricier. Hold on, let's see. Like,
I'm not worried about cost. I'm more worried about the time frame getting it here.
Alright, well, here's one pre-owned coming from Indianapolis.
Okay.
$21.99.
Yeah, having a baby. Where am I located? Bowling Green, Kentucky.
You want to go ahead and order this one?
Yeah. Well, let's say next
Well, it's estimated is what it's saying.
Yeah. Alright, so these two caps are VCC main. They look like complete crap. So we're going to get rid of those guys. These still have their ends. They're just a little corroded. That one might be missing the end. We're kind of in a weird situation. Like the Apple Store, we have a certified Apple Store across the street which does laptops. And then we have a actual Apple Store in Nashville, which is like a 35-40 minute drive. So we're in a lot of people don't go to the Apple Store here, but it's an option for them. The other thing being that we have, thank you, Wayne.
Haven't donated since Irma #triggered.
#triggered. I appreciate the donation. The problem that we've got in Bowling Green, it's kind of a weird situation. So I don't think that the screen repair prices in Bowling Green are too far off as far as the larger stores go. I think they're right around where they should be for the location in comparison to the Apple stores. But we do have some that drive the prices down, which hurts everybody. So it's kind of weird that way. And then, like I said, with the fact that people don't want to spend much money to get their phones fixed because they just opt for insurance replacements. It's really just a really weird situation as far as how this stuff works out in this area. I see a lot of people are like, yeah, we charge $170 for this replacement. I'm like, I've tried, and people will not pay for it. And like, I try to keep the prices up at a fair rate so that we can pay ourselves and grow the business. But like, perfect example, we had a guy bring in an iPhone 6 that had no backlight, 7 plus OEM, we charge $160. Aftermarket, we charge $140. There is a guy not 2 miles from us that charges aftermarket 7 plus screen replacement for $100. Most of the guys around town on the 7s charging the 140, 160 range, right in that area. $120 for aftermarket. Yeah, the guy down the road charges $100. He charges $90 for 7s. He's down to $60 on iPhone 6s. And he's charging $49, I think, for iPhone 5 series. The price that I pay for my screen, there's no way I could even touch some of those prices. Like, I don't buy copies other than for the 7 series. And we only offer it as an option. Everything else is OEM refurbs. And I pay almost double, sometimes triple what the copies are. So it really sucks when trying to compete with that stuff. Not that I think that it gains more business, but there are people out there that will tell somebody, like, you'll have those people that are always out looking for the cheapest price. And honestly, they're not bad people for wanting to do that, but at the same time, I don't necessarily want those people as customers, because I've had problems in the past with people that want stuff really cheap, and then they want it cheap, but then if it's not absolutely perfect, then you have to sit there and deal with that, and it's just not worth the hassle. So with the cheap crowd, you sometimes get the people that are just, you can't please them. There's nothing you can do. You did a test order with LCD1? I like LCD1. I
do too.
I've got one of their screens, one right here. This LCD1 screen. I'll show you the packaging it comes in. So it comes in a fitted casing. It's actually well put together. Like, these don't fall apart very easily.
You have to pop.
Yeah, these actually have to be like popped open. They've got a little clip in them. But they come with everything on them. Yeah, all the clips and everything are on them. And they're original screens. They have to cover the Apple logo because they are shipped out of China. But they are original refurbs. And they use cold press. I've never had one of the screens fall out of the frame other than when somebody just destroys it. So. And their prices are fairly good. They're competitive. Alright, so I'm gonna see what this phone does now. I've knocked off the worst of the looking caps. We've got some around PMIC that probably need to go. We got one here and one here that are pretty bad. This one, maybe it might be recoverable. These all look recoverable. This all looks recoverable. These two were pretty bad. The ends were gone. Front side looks okay. We do have some corrosion around the 5v7 LCM line, so that's a good chance that there's not going to be an image. Just won our 5th best in electronics computer repair for our town a week ago. Well, that's cool. I don't know. We have a best of, but I've got to see how exactly we get into it. What are you charging on iPads? We charge $60 on the iPad 2 and 3, $65 on the 4s, $65 on the Mini 1 and 2, $70 on the Mini 3s, 100 and something on the Mini 4s. Air 1s are $70. They're not really hard though. Micah can knock them out within the hour. You bet corrosion on a chestnut? I do too. I bet that too. Alright, let's see if we still have a VCC main short. Yep, still have a VCC main short. So, what we're going to have to do is probably pull the battery gate, inject some voltage. I'm going to guess that chestnut probably has some nastiness under it. Maybe even the audio IC. The audio IC has one cap that looks a little discolored, but everything else doesn't look bad around the audio IC. Let's see what VCC main's at. I assume it's probably at a dead short. You charge 100 pounds for 2, 3, and 4? I mean, it's not terribly high. I guess you got to look at the 2 and the 3 and the 4. The 4 is a little more expensive, but the 2 and the 3, I mean, the cost to replace the iPad versus the screen repair, that's kind of where we put our prices down a little lower because people don't want to put money into the older ones. You charge a flat 100, Anthony? I mean, it's not bad pricing, honestly. Again, our competition here, pretty much every iPad on the market except the Air 1 and Air 2, they charge $50. One of the guys. So again, competition. Go for voltage injection. Well, let's remove the battery gate first, and we'll jump it. You can inject voltage directly onto VCC main. Those 2 caps over there look like shit. I might pull those too. You can inject voltage onto VCC main with a jumper wire, but I tend to normally just pull the battery gate and jump it and just inject that way. It's less of a hassle for me. Alright, you're the ugliest one. Alright, so let's bridge our gates. So we need to drag solder from...
I missed call from India.
India called?
India called. They want their phones back.
They probably want to tell us that we have a virus on our computer. You have a virus on your Windows computer. Oh yeah?
I am certified to Microsoft.
Okay, so we have our lines connected now. Let's cool this off a little bit. Joshua, which 3D stencils did you order? I was talking to, who was I talking to? Larry Johnson the other day. There's 2 different types of 3D stencils on the market now. There's the, we're going to review those actually. I've got them here. We've got both kinds now, and I want to go over those. So I'm going to do a review video after we kind of finish up this 6S. It'll be pretty short, but we'll live stream it. The caps are removed where they shorted? No, but they look like shit. I'll put new ones back. Alright, so let's hook up some voltage and see who gets warm. Alright, so right there. So this cap right here that's got an end missing instantly got hot. So we'll remove him. And we'll re-inject voltage and see if we still have a short. We have a partial short now. Let's see if we can see the partial. So we went from a full short to a partial short. Looks like audio IC is melting there. Let's see if maybe that was just due to the board warming up. Let's see, does audio IC melt again?
One-shot charger on this, driver install and clean up.
45.
Okay,
Alright, so yeah, the audio IC is melting on that corner. I also suspect Chestnut has probably got some issues going on, so. Free spray time? Yeah. Why did I remove the sticker from the NAND? Whenever you clean up the board with any type of solvent, the sticker on the NAND has like a flake, a metal flake in it, and it goes everywhere and just makes a fucking mess. So I just take it off. I don't know if they did that for heat dissipation or something, but I've taken it off and never seen a problem. So
what was that on?
I'll remove all the caps. I will remove all the caps on the NAND on the 6S.
Oh.
The 6S NAND has this silver sticker on it that on one side has a metal like flake built into it, and if you put any type of solvent on it, it just goes all over the board. Alright, so we're going to remove the audio IC. This is the amplifier chip. Let me turn my air back up. It's still low. Alright. Yeah, we definitely had corrosion under the audio IC. So we'll flip it over here so you can see it. See all that black shit all in there? So let's clean that up and retest to see if we still have a partial. So I'm kind of keeping track in my mind right now about how much all this is going to cost. When it gets to a point when I think it's not going to be cost effective, like when we start having to replace and track down big issues, I'll just go ahead and call it. This is a phone that was sent in for functionality only. So when they start getting really complicated, it's just not worth the money put into them. Clean up that cap while we're down here. A lot of these caps, when they're corroded, you can clean them up by just kind of scrubbing them. They get a little bit of oxidation on the solder.
Hey, this is Mike at BNC. I was calling about the laptop dropped off. I got it ready to be picked up. If you want, you can give me a call back at 502-430-8850. Thanks. Bye.
Alright, so let's see if our partial's still there. You handed your Rodrigo, you did your first touch IC job. It's awesome. Okay, so we're down to a 30 milliamp draw. It's not terrible, but well, let's see if it goes away. Board might be a little warm still. We went from a 400 milliamp draw down to 50 or 30. Technically, with the leads draw about 20 milliamps. And it jumps up to 50, so it's about a 30 milliamp draw, which could be chestnut still. Chestnut is definitely probably gonna have some corrosion under it. I'd be shocked if it didn't. I'd be honestly shocked if audio IC doesn't, but it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of bad stuff around it. Alright, so based on what I'm seeing right now, this is the 5v7 LCM section here. Let's see if that's good. It looks terrible, but okay, so it's not shorted. Let's see if the filter's good. And the filter is good, so these two filters are good. One of these is touch and one of them's LCM. Those are all good. It's just, it's a little corroded, but it's not short. So we can probably clean this up too. Add a little flux. We've got some solder on our iron already. And all we have to do is just touch the ends of this component and reflow that solder. And the flux cleans that oxidation in the process. Alright, so let's clean that up now. We can see battery tester board is working. Some red wires fixed, but it's looking like it'll work. Sweet. Let me know, Paul. I'll buy one. You made it USB, didn't you, Paul? Pretty sure you said you were going to. Alright, so now we've cleaned up that area, and now you can see those chips are no longer rusty looking. They are now shiny, like they should be. Alright, so time to test. Let's see what the screen connector looks like. Screen connector looks okay. Let's see if this thing will even turn on. I have a feeling the chestnut is probably not working properly. Oh, our amp draw is now... No, it's still at 30 milliamps. Okay, I was going to say it went down, but it isn't. Alright, so it's the center pin here. I think the pin below it is ground. Maybe it's the pin above it. Pin above it is ground. Alright, we got an amp draw, but there's nothing on the screen. Let's see if it goes up. Kind of hanging about 117 milliamps. It's not gone up any. So we're hanging solid at 117 on power press. Okay, so guess we'll go ahead and pull the CPU shield here and see if we got anything under it. I don't see anything around the FPC that looks terrible, which makes me think that the CPU shield won't have a whole lot under it either. But we are hanging, we're not booting right now, so I need to see why. This. These gaskets, sometimes they come off one piece easily and sometimes they're absolute pain in the ass. What's going to happen is when I hit this with heat, these are going to shrink up anyway, so I like to try to pull them off. But I ordered new gaskets. You can buy these on Union Repair actually. They like $1 a piece. I'm going to start putting these gaskets back on because these do help out quite a bit with liquid damage. That's honestly what they were put in for. If you look on the 7s, they have all these gaskets now. The 6S was never claimed to be water resistant, but they definitely added some water resistant features to it. And this was one of them. Alright, let's take off this top cover here. Okay, we do have a little rust under the shield. Okay, so we do have corrosion on the backlight. This is VCC main still. That's so we need to clean that up. This one looks like it's going to be going through the ultrasonic. Looks like the entire board's probably got some corrosion on it, so we're going to definitely need to clean everything. This looks fairly minor under the CPU shield. Let's see if this end is gone on this cap or not. It looks like it may be. Mike is putting on the doctor gloves. Call the doctor, Dr. Love. Yeah, so that output cap looks like shit. We're gonna have to get rid of it. That cap there is missing its sides. This filter may be okay. The two caps though are gonna have to go. Yeah, the filter's okay, it looks like. This cap, however, is missing the end. This cap, though, looks like the end is still there. Yep, it's still there. So we got two caps to remove there. The new breadboard clamp, I love it. I use it every day now. Like if I don't have a preset holder, this thing's awesome. I'm gotta review these two. These are the pre-cut out board holders for the iPhone series. I really like these a lot. They help hold the board in place while you're working on it. Especially like when I'm doing touch ICs and stuff. It keeps it from moving around. Really helps out when you're working on them. Okay, so the cap moved. That's what I need to see. There we go. And it's free. This larger cap is going to be tricky. I might have to work it out with some heat. Yeah, it's going to destroy that coil next to it. Those coils are really fragile. Let's go ahead and clean out the epoxy underfill that's around these to give us some space to work when we want to put in our new cap. Your iron heat will cut right through this stuff. Plus it's not very intrusive. You don't have to use a lot of force. So you can clean out all this shit and then come in and scrub it out and it'll be cleaned up, ready to go. I have a question for you. What is the component connected with a Flux to the camera of an iPhone 6s Plus 4? What is that component connected with a Flux? What are you talking about? What is the component connected with a Flux to the camera of the 6s Plus 4? I don't know of any component that's connected to it with a Flux. Is it on the actual camera assembly? Or is it something on the board you're talking about? Probably referring to the NR side flex. Oh, you're talking about the screw hole piece? Oh, that's an antenna. It's part of an antenna assembly. You're talking about the piece that screws down right here and then goes up near the camera. It's not actually connected to the camera. It's an antenna attachment. This part right here, it looks like it's ground, but if you actually look at the board, it's separated. There's a clear disconnect between, like, ground's right here, and then there's a gap right here, and then this is actually an antenna. So let me show you on schematics. Actually, ZXW shows it easier. ZXW will show you that's an antenna piece. I don't know if it's for Wi-Fi or GPS. I think it's GPS related, but I'll pull that up. Hold on one second. It does have a coil on it. That is true. There is a coil connected to that flex. Alright, so let's switch over schematics. This is the 6S that we're on. It's not 6S Plus, but it should be the same. So if you go over here, like normally these standoffs, if you click on them, they're ground. But if you go up here, you'll notice this one's not ground. The rest of them are ground, but this one's not. If you click on it, see, it's Stockholm antenna. So it's actually NFC, it looks like. So it's connected to Stockholm. So it's got a antenna that comes up here from Stockholm, and this connects to the frame of the iPhone and allows it to transfer NFC data. Makes sense that that would be NFC related because the aluminum housing does not transfer signal through it very well, but it does have antenna bands built in to the top and bottom edge of the phone, so those bands would be attached and they would give out signal. That's why on the frames, if you look here, actually it'd be easier to see on this one. I'll switch it over. If you look on the frames, that's why they have these bands at the bottom and the top. these bands are actually separate parts that do the antenna work. The chassis itself isn't very good for that, so they have these separate areas at the top and bottom that have, I assume, like a conductive copper or something in them that protrudes through the housing, and it actually is the antennas. They've had them ever since like the iPhone 5, I think, was the first year they had them. The 4S had a glass back, so it wasn't necessary. The adapter, are you talking about for the red one here? This one? I don't know what those little pieces were that it came with. I don't use them. It's some little fiberglass insert pieces. I don't know what they do. See ya, Yassine. Yeah, the mid-frame sides. That's true. They do have the antenna brakes on the mid-frame. That's true. You are correct, sir. Let me see if this is shorted here. See, so you can test this. This is ground, but if we go up here to the top hole, it's not grounded because it's the antenna. This is ground, not ground. No problem, Teddy. Alright, let's see. Backlight output is this cap, so it's not shorted, but it's terrible looking. I will want to get rid of that. Alright, let's go back and see if we can get this thing. I want to see if I can even get it to boot. I'm not necessarily worried about image yet. I just want to see activity that looks like an iPhone that's booting up. Let me check and make sure on the schematic here I'm clicking the right pins together. Okay, so the center is actually ground, and the one above it is the power key. Alright, so it's still hanging at 100 milliamps. It's slowly increasing a little bit. Let's see if I feel any major sources of heat. I wouldn't think we would feel anything with a 100 milliamp draw right now. Alright, Paul. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for stopping by, and especially thank you for the donations. Alright, I feel a little heat, but it's nothing crazy. You got an iPhone repair silicone mat with cutout holes for screws and magnets in them. Love it. We got in some cool stuff too from Union Repair to look at. They're silicone mats also. Actually, since we're running short on time, I'm probably going to put this 6S off till tomorrow. So far, I don't like the way it's looking. It's almost acting like there's a problem with CPU or something. But I'm going to stop this video, and then I'm going to put up a review video. I want to go over the Fine Fix boards and the pre-cut out ones, and then I also want to talk about, we've got some I'll talk about the charge cable, the thing that I use all the time. So give me like 5 minutes, and then I'll be right back on, because YouTube, if I shut down a stream and then bring it right back up, it'll use the same name on the stream, because it thinks that you just dropped and came right back up. So I don't want to do that, but I'll be right back. I'm going to put this one off to the side, but I'll be right back in a minute, and we can review some more parts, and we can talk about them too. I'll leave the chat section up, so keep the cuss words to a minimum, because these are posted on Union Repair site, so I don't want to have to edit them if I don't have to. But I'll be back in a second, so check back in like 5 or 10.